All right, Cowboys training camp here in Oxnard, California. Bill Jones now joined by Clarence Hill of DLLS Sports. Right?
DLLS Cowboys, DLLS Sports, All City DLLS, DLLS Cowboys, DLLS Cowboys on all your social media platforms.
So I want to give you an opportunity to tout exactly what you're doing, because up until about a year ago, as the end of camp last year, of course, Clarence, for how many years, Star Telegram?
About 30 years.
About 30 years at the Star Telegram, and then he up and retired from.
Did not retire.
He retired from.
People keep saying I retired.
He retired from Legacy Media, and now you're doing transition into the new wave of sports media. And so, what do you do there?
I cover the Cowboys. I'm embedded with the Cowboys, like I've been.
Well, what do we see from you? Okay, because I know you do a lot of podcast type
and
stuff.
I do podcasts. Okay. I write for the website and I do daily podcasts.
All right,
but I'm still embedded with the Cowboys.
Okay,
still your most trusted Cowboys insider.
And that's why,
and been doing it longer than anyone here.
And that's why he is with us right now. So, all right, what do you make of? Let's start with Micah. What do you make of what's going on with Micah and Jerry?
Why is it always Jerry? I mean, whether CD, whether it's Dak, whether it was, and he brought up Emmitt Smith.
Yeah.
Why do we have to go to the last minute all the time? It ain't always the agent's fault. I know everybody wants to make it about the agent. It's not the agents. It ain't always there's only one common denominator in all of this, because other teams are able to get their guys done and able to get their guys signed before camp, before the missing time.
So for you younger viewers out there, which would be like my kids who are in their 30s now, Emmitt Smith was a running back for the Cowboys.
Wow.
And he held out 2 games.
Yeah, missed the first 2 games of the
season.
Missed
the first 2 games of the 1993 season. They went on to win the Super Bowl, and Jerry is hoping that that's what happens here. They win the Super Bowl this year.
I don't think he's hoping for them to hold out for 2 games.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, first of all, and I reported back in March, they had a verbal agreement, Jerry and Micah. They had a verbal agreement that was the richest non-quarterback deal in sports.
Was it less than $41 million a year, which is TJ Watt's money now?
Don't know.
So is it already costing
But
Jerry
it was
money?
at least Myles Garrett money, which was 40, right?
Yep.
So it was at least Myles Garrett money.
The price tag continues to go up here.
Yeah, but $1 million is not. We're not.
When you're talking $123 million over 3 years, what's $1 million?
Yeah, what's $1 million?
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about $1 million. You're talking about. I don't think the TJ Watt deal has changed the negotiations that much.
Yeah.
It was already going to be that, and he's comfortable. That's why Micah can be here. Micah knows whenever he's going to get paid, he will be the highest paid non-quarterback in football. They just need to call the agent. They need to somehow get on the same page with the agent. It's a lot of he said, she said stuff. I told him to call, and Micah said you guys got me talking to your little intermediary, and Jerry and Stephen both acknowledged that they have not talked to the agent.
One thing that's interesting, because Jerry even brought it up in the press conference the other day. He talks about, okay, I pay these salaries, big contracts, and then player gets hurt, whatever. And one of the things he talked about, I remember last year with CD, when the CD was holding out during last training camp, he didn't feel the pressure from a football standpoint because CD could go out here in training camp and get hurt. And so they waited until after they got done here in Oxnard. They finally got it done. I wonder if that's going through Jerry's mind at all right now.
It's called justification.
Yeah.
He would have rather had CD here. CD acknowledged today
that
he would have rather been here.
Right.
And I'm telling you, if Micah wasn't here, if Micah wasn't holding in because of his back injury, if Micah was back home wearing Cowboy, Jerry would be saying the same thing. Well, he don't need to be here.
Okay.
I don't want him to get hurt.
Okay.
It's not an urgency for him to be here, especially for a defensive end compared to a receiver who needs to be on the same page with quarterback. What does Micah need to? What does Micah need to be here for?
Well, but getting back to CD, it might have cost the Cowboys last year because CD wasn't here. As CD talked about in his press conference today, in hindsight, he felt like he missed something and he wasn't in tune with Dak during the season because he had missed training camp. And so it cost the Cowboys on the field by not getting him signed before training camp
All
started.
I'm saying is let's not put too much weight on Jerry's justifications. Like he could get hurt. Well, they all could get hurt. It's football. Dak got hurt. I mean, Trevon Diggs got hurt. I mean, that's part of doing business. You signed Emmitt could have got hurt. Troy could. I mean, you can't say I need to see something. It comes with the territory. It comes with the dinner. So we can't use getting hurt and all this other stuff. everybody would rather he be signed on the field and ready to go. Now, this is negotiation. The problem is that with Jerry, it's sport. He's done a million. I'm going back to Emmitt Smith off the field. With the player, you go back to Zeke, who it's personal for them. It's frustrating for them. Jerry did it last year with CD and Dak. He did it with Dez. He did it with Tony Romo. He's done these things, so it's just business.
You know, you see that right there? It says we've gone over 5 minutes already just talking about Micah.
Of course.
You're so good on DLLS Sports.
I'm just saying but it's just business. For the players, personal, and so it's frustrating when it feels like they don't want me. Because Micah, well, they don't want me, then I'll go somewhere else. I mean, that's not the case, but that's how it feels.
Can we do this again later, like next week in camp?
Oh, we can talk football then.
Yeah, let's talk Texas OU then. Is Arch Manning going to beat John Mateer and the Oklahoma Sooners this year?
Who? Mateer?
Is Arch Manning going to be better than Quinn Ewers?
Can Oklahoma finish in the top half?
No, we're not talking Oklahoma now. I switched it.
Yes, he's better. He's going to be better.
Okay.
Because he can move.
Okay.
Him being able to move, being able to be mobile, I think is going to help the Texas offense.
Okay, we've heard enough from Clarence Hill here, but catch his work on
DLLS Cowboys.
All right, Bill Jones with Clarence Hill here in Oxnard, California.